Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of the Burnley portion of Unknown to World Known. We're back today with just under 10 games to go in the season. And just for a little bit of an update, we've got some transfers to go through, and then we've got two pretty big games for us in our chase for promotion. So just before we get into today's episode, if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please do leave a like down below. Let me know what you think we can do this season. As you rejoin us, we are currently sat in 4th place on 69 points. We are one of 4 teams on 69 points. Ipswich, West Brom and Sunderland also on that, with Ipswich and West Brom only separated by goals scored. Brighton and Sheffield United are on 75 points above us, and Norwich above them on 77. So automatic promotion is looking very difficult, but in the playoffs, I would hope we can get in there. We do have a few transfers to cover off. So we've sold Solly March for 1.5 million. We've sold Charles Pickle for 3 million. We've sold Lassina Traore for 12.25 million, possibly rising up to 13.5. Malpay for 9.25, possibly rising up to 11.5. Kartsev, who wanted to leave with part exchange. We'll get to that in a moment. And coming in, we start with Dane Scarlett for 15.75 million. We basically got rid of Traore and Malpay, bought in Scarlett instead. We've then got Drakalski, a new goalkeeper, who we part exchanged for Kartsev. He's come in and become our starting striker, coming in from Norwich. Van Hoon, a young holding midfielder, coming from Ghent, only £3 million. Bit of a nice steal for a potential very good player. And Jake Garrett coming in from Sunderland. He's another holding midfielder. Again, quite a bit of potential. And for the price, I thought, if nothing else, we can bring him on board and sell him for a profit. But I think he can also do a good job for us. We start off today's episode against Brentford. We've got Drakalski in goal, a back four of Lewis, Bevis, Collins and Wilson Esbrand, Van Hoon and Mainu as the holding midfielders, Kelly on the right, Gelhardt through the middle, Poeta on the left, and then Scarlett is up front for us. So we have our first highlight. Scarlett stood over a free kick. He's going to go for goal with it and clips the bar. Unfortunately, not finding the top corner, but a good effort. Bevis with the next highlight, starting with a free kick. He plays it across the back to Collins, who goes long upfield towards Pareto, who doesn't even chase it. And it's headed back to the Brentford goalkeeper. He's going to walk out to the edge of the box, throws it out to his left-hand side, and Brentford going to play out from the back. We win the ball back quickly, though, through Lewis. Kelly plays it to Van Hoon, who plays an awful pass, and we give the ball away very cheaply. Paul on the right-hand side for Brentford. He's got a chance for a cross here, plays it back to Hannibal, and then he goes backwards to Tanganga, and then Mainu manages to win the ball from his former Manchester United teammate. Bevis plays it back to our goalkeeper, and we are back in control. This is a very long highlight. Scarlett doesn't win the header, falls through to Gelhardt, who's one-on-one with the keeper, and puts us 1-0 up. Mandy Collins with the long ball. Scarlett did just enough to put the defender off and let Gelhardt run in behind for 1-0. We've got another highlight here. Tanganga playing it short to Hannibal, and Brentford move it into the middle of the field. Flores tries to play it out to Henry, but Kelly easily intercepts it, and we are back on the ball. Collins with a long ball forward towards Scarlett. This time Tanganga wins it. Mainu nods it back towards him, but can't find him. Wilson Esbrand intercepts the ball to Muembo. Kelly through to Scarlett, who's one-on-one with the keeper, and somehow Herbert gets back and blocks that. I can't argue. It was a fantastic block. Corner's going to come in. Gelhardt sends it to the keeper. Brentford with a free kick. Hannibal is stood over it. He goes for goal and sends it over the bar. This is an action-packed first half, as we've got another highlight. Tanganga playing it short to Bejitic, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I assume with a name like that, it's the same. Oh, well, it's 1-1. I assume that's the same one we had at Oxford. 1-1. So half time, it's 1-1. It's been a pretty even game, to be fair. Hopefully in the second half we can take a bit more control and get ourselves a win. We're going to make a couple of changes here. Scarlett is going to come off for Adam Lees, who's one of our youngsters who we've been bringing through recently. Emery will come on for Esbrand. Same thing for Emery, one of our youngsters. And I think we'll leave it just there for now. We're going to be looking at Mainu or Lewis possibly coming off as well soon. Flores on the ball here, plays it forward to Dennis, laid off to Paul, who's got space, gets a shot off, and Drakowski with a fantastic block to deny Brentford a goal there. The corner kick is going to come in though. Mbeumo is stood over it. It comes into the far post, and Faria puts Brentford 2-1 up. Well, that's far from ideal. Flores on the ball, sends it out to the left-hand side for Henry, back to Baptiste, and eventually they're going to pass it around. Flores turns, plays a long ball through towards Dennis, and Nemandi Collins has got sent off. We'll bring Mainu off for Branthwaite, but this game is basically over. Free kick for Brentford from that sending off. Lewis Potter stood over it, and he's going to put this in the back of the net, isn't he? When he eventually takes it, and it's 3-1. We'll see you for the Oxford game. So a number of changes for the game against Oxford. Spence comes in at right back. Branthwaite joins Bevis in the centre-back positions. Webster and Miles are now the holding midfielders. The front three behind Scarlett are Churlinov, Sarmiento and Bidace. Embleton with a free corner kick, and Oxford nearly go 1-0 up through Fredrickson. So we did lose the last game, just the 3-1. However, as you can see on the table in that bottom right corner, it has dropped us into 6th place. And now 7th because Sunderland are leading in that game. Dario with the ball on the edge of the Burnley box, plays it back to Bevis. Ball towards Bidace, but he can't win it. Miles brings it down, gets into the box, gets a shot off, and Walton with a good save to deny us a goal. You'd think Oxford would, see me as their old manager and do us a favour by just letting us get an easy goal. And they do from the corner. Branthwaite, completely unmarked. We do lead 1-0. So half-time, we're 1-0 up. As I say, that they left us completely open to score that goal. And hopefully we can maintain that and take the win in this game. We're going to make a change early in the second half with Lees coming on for Dario just because he's very tired. I think he might have picked up not a knock, it's not showing here, but I don't think he's feeling great in this second half. Free kick right on the edge of the box for us here. Webster is stood over it, and it's a save from the keeper. Walton then goes long upfield. Bevis nods it down to Miles, and we take possession back quite easily. Bidace with a ball through towards Scarlett, but it's intercepted by Mbete. Branthwaite wins the header though. Lees back to Scarlett. He's got to beat his man. Gets a shot off, and Walton with another save in this highlight. Jabir is on the ball here for Oxford. Plays it out to Doak. Ball comes into the box. It's behind McNeely. We remember how dangerous he was, particularly in our first season. Ball comes back in. Branthwaite heads it away. Lees nods it on again. Mooney with the shot from range, and he finds the roof of the net. More changes coming in as we're going to bring Churlinov off for Shane Kelly and Emery on for Esbrand, who's picked up another yellow card. Embleton with a corner kick late on in the game. Spence heads it away, but it's going to come back in. Miles heads it away this time, but only as far as Brown, who's going to cut back across. It's a wild shot, and it goes wide. Emery throws it short to Lees, and then we play it backwards. Branthwaite over the top to Scarlett. Didn't bother running onto that, which is a shame. Walton is on the ball, goes long upfield. We need to win this header, please. Gallagher nods it down to Brown. Bevis brings a man down. Gallagher's in. Oh my goodness, what a miss. Emery throws the ball to Scarlett. We've just had that huge let off at the back. Emery sends a cross in, but Lees wasn't there. He does collect it at the far post, so cuts back inside. He gets a shot. Scarlett knocks it into the back of the net. I was assuming that was going to be offside. That's why I didn't celebrate. I don't really know what happened there, because we didn't get the assist. Well, Lees didn't get the assist there. So Lees cuts back in past Doak. I think he tries to get a shot. I think it hits Williams, and that takes the assist away and takes a potential offside away. I don't really understand what happened, but we're 2-0 up. And that's a big result for us that sees us climb back up into 4th place, because results, although we lost when everybody else seemed to pick up results, when we've now won, Bolton have beat Norwich 4-0. What else has gone on? So we're looking at Sheffield United lost to Bournemouth. Brighton did win, which pushes them 3 points clear at the top of the table. Elsewhere, we've got West Brom drop points to Peterborough. Sunderland do pick up their win against Reading, and Ipswich drew with Cardiff. So it remains very tight in that top 6. So as I say, very tight in that top 6, very tight to whether we're going to be in. I think automatic promotion will be very tough. We're 6 points away from that, although we do have Norwich to play. So if we can beat them, that would be a huge result in that regard. However, our plan now will be, we will either come back for Middlesbrough on the final day if there's anything that can happen in that, whether it's we can get into promotion or we could drop out of the playoffs. If we've already guaranteed that we're just going to be in the playoffs by the final game, we will come back for the playoff semi-finals. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Let me know what you think we're going to do this season. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.